So welcome back to the Finance Value Guy. This is a helpful online tutorial that's going to help you analyze coins quickly and efficiently if you need to do so in order to make a quick trade if you are trading with cryptocurrency. This is a quick guide. I'm going to show you guys how to get started immediately. So head on over to tradingview.com, then click this right here. You're going to see a bunch of different things. Don't have it stuck on all, because if you have it on all, you're going to not find the asset that you want. If you're short of time, what will happen is if, for example, I'm trying to find whatever coin I need to find, make sure you click the crypto tab right here. And this is going to make sure you're only searching for crypto. So right now, what I want to find is my coin called NMR. And I'm going to just click here and I'm going to click launch chart. There's two buttons, launch chart and see overview. See overview, if you quickly want to see the overview, what this does is this helps you actually see what other people are doing. Scroll down to here, then what you want to do is you want to click on ideas. Then when you scroll down to here, you can see the most popular ideas that people are looking at for the coin of your choice. This might actually help you because when you're about to draw your chart in order to do technical analysis, this shows you what other people are looking at. What's really good about this is that this also shows you if there is a general consensus. This just basically means if there's one idea floating around the crypto community or the trading community and everybody thinks the price is going to go somewhere, it might be worth looking at so you can see if there is a certain price. Now with TradingView, what this does allow you to do as well, quickly if you want to click the chart, what you can do is you can then click this button right here. From this icon right here, what we can see, the data on the chart, we can see that this is a 1 day time frame. So every single bar on this chart means that it's 1 day. What we can see right here is we can see that currently this person has predicted the price would break out of this ascending triangle and go upwards of 76%. If we click the play button, we're now going to see if their prediction was correct. So when we click load new bars, we can see that the prediction was in fact not correct and price action didn't go to where they thought it was going to go. Because of this, we might not want to take this person's advice and we might want to steer clear of their future predictions. So we click X and we can search around. Now I do want to say this area right here, this is not an area for vetted professionals. The people here are random people that make an account and they publish things. And this is something that you can easily do even for free. So this doesn't mean you're looking at professional traders here. Anyone can post here, including yourself. So this is pretty much open to interpretation and open to the public. If you need something to trade very, very quickly, click this tab right here, most recent, and you can see the most recent charts. You can see this one here was updated 11 hours ago, and this one was updated June the 10th, which actually isn't that quick. But anyways, that's besides the point. What you want to do if you want to do some quick technical analysis and you want to do it yourself rather than taking some ideas from other people, click see on super charts. Now you can see we've got the chart loaded up. Mine looks like an absolute mess, which is because I've just added a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to just load numeraire on a different exchange. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll down to KuCoin and then I'm just going to click that. So my chart is completely free. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick on the 4-hour chart. What you want to do as well is, of course, is you want to click this, switch to the daily, and then just make sure that you have everything in frame. Use this to swipe from side to side, then use this from swipe to down below. Just make sure that you get everything in frame. Now, what I like to do for quick technical analysis is I like to draw two lines first of all. I like to go here, click the trend line button. Then I like to look at the low and see where the sloping trend line is. So I like to draw a sloping trend line along the bottom right here, like that, so I can see where price action kind of is. And what I'm trying to do now is to see where the trend was and how many times that line has been touched. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that this line has as many touches as possible. So I'm going to draw this from here. I'm going to see how many touches this has. This is currently on the daily time frame, so this is pretty long. And I think right there is pretty okay. That seems to be pretty effective. We can see that now we've got a decent chart and we've got a decent overview. What I also want to do is I want to take the same line and I want to draw a chart down here and I want to see where resistance was. So I can see, okay, price resisted here and that is there too. So what I also want to do now is I want to change the color of this line. I can click this line, click this right here, then I can click yellow, and now I've got two differentiating lines. Now that, you know, this shows me, okay, this is resistance, this is support. Now what I want to do is I now, of course, want to then draw my close lines. So for example, if I'm trading short term, I want to go to the hour, then I want to zoom in by just scrolling this up. And then you can see that I can now see where price action is based on the hourly. So I'm going to click trend line again, but I'm going to click the horizontal ray. Then I'm going to just do the bottom here like that. then I'm going to draw this again, and I'm going to do something that looks like it's at the top right here. So you can see now I've got a decent range area where I can see that, okay, this is where numeraire trading on the 1 hourly, and this looks pretty decent. I do want to say that most, websites, their bars do look a little bit better. For some reason, the bars do look a little bit glitched here, so I do apologize for that. But you can see right here, what we have is a situation where numeraire, we can see that the top of this short range on the hourly is 20, and then the low is 16. So for this area right now, what I can notice is I'm going to try to search for any patterns, or I'm going to try to see if I can identify anything that tells me that there is a trend moving in one way or another. Now, if you're not someone who likes to use lines, some people, what they'll do, click the indicators button, then you can look at your favorite indicator. The OBV is my favorite one because it literally tells me where the price is going to go, but it's not that great for beginners. So what most beginners use, but I don't like this and I wouldn't recommend this, but I'm giving you guys this because it's a tutorial, is they'll use the EMAs. The most common EMAs that people use is the 21 EMA. These are exponential moving average. These are basically things that people look at, okay, like the 21 EMA. I think if I just type in 21 EMA, now all of these are by the community. So whichever one you want, you usually want to look at the ones that are most popular, but it's completely up to you, whatever you want to use. You can just click here, and then now it's on your chart. You can see that is probably not what we want to do, so just click the minus there. And then essentially, if you just want to highlight these, so for example, let's just try that again. If I click EMA again, it should now be on my chart, and we can now see that that's there. And then of course, if I want this off my chart, I can click the delete button right here, which just removes it. Or I can click the hide button, which hides the visualization. So I can hide it and show you this whatever. And of course, you can see with these indicators, it tells you to sell here, tells you to buy here. Some indicators are going to tell you when to buy and sell. That might be useful for you as a beginner, but remember, this isn't cookie cutter. It can't just tell you when to buy and sell all the time. It doesn't know when price action is correct. For example, if we scroll over to here, you can see that the buy icon right here flashed incorrectly and you would have lost money. The sell icon here flashed correctly, the buy here flashed correctly, but it doesn't tell you how much money you're going to be risking and when you should sell and what kind of time frame. So be careful with the EMAs and those things because they can mess you up. So I'm going to delete this, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in even further. If I'm trading closely, I want to go into the 15-minute time frame, and what I want to do here is, since I don't even want that either, I'm actually just going to just delete these. There we go. And then now what I want to do is I want to just see if I can see if price action is doing any kind of action. So if you're trying to do some quick technical analysis, what you can do here again is you can do what we just did, but on a shorter time frame. So once again, grab your trend line, grab your support line, see where price action is going, do that line there. And then of course, once again, what we can do now is we can then see where price action has been supported. So we can see right here as well, if we grab a horizontal ray, we can see that price action has been supported here. And of course, if we grab another horizontal ray, we can see that price action has been supported here. So now we've done some very, very basic technical analysis. We know that price action broke down from this line and now is being supported in this bound area here. So something that people do, and this is not something that I personally advise you to do, but I know that some people like to do this in trading. What they'll do is they'll grab a box. So they'll go to this, then they'll scroll down to the rectangle, and then essentially they'll use this as something that can draw shapes. And I don't know why they do this, but this is something that you'll see in a lot of charts. Basically, they'll use this as a support area, and I'll show you guys why. So if I delete my horizontal ray quickly, and let's say all I'm going to do is trading the 15-minute chart. What they'll do is, if I just zoom in a little bit more to show you guys why they use boxes, they'll use boxes from the end of the candle to this area right here. So they'll get the box, click the box, then they'll draw this all the way into this area right here, and then they'll basically say that in this yellow area right here, if we just do this right there, that area is going to be where some people decide to take a long position. Because if we're looking at the quick technical analysis, we can see that price often comes down to this area and then it rockets back up. So if it's in this box area, we can then say, okay, we're going to take a long position and we're going to, shoot back up. So you can wait for price action to hit here. And then of course we can say, all right, I'm in my TradingView or whatever other app that I'm using, and I can then immediately buy. Now, of course, what you might want to do is, if you are someone who is pretty busy, you're not going to have time to be looking at all the charts, you can set an alert. So click this, then what you want to see here, you can click an alert and you can say this is a trigger either only once or every single time. So you can see also right here where you can set an expiration. So if you want to say, okay, I'm going to set this expiration in the future, I can click set. It's now going to be on the 26th. So until the 26th of July, I will get one notification if price crosses this area. Okay, so I can see if it crosses area or if it enters this channel or yada, yada, yada. I can do all of these different chases and I can say buy the dip if the price is coming down, and I can see. So if I want to do this every single time, I can do it, and it's going to just notify me every single time. So let's say I can see the price here is 18.8. So I can do 18.8. And then I can say every time if the price action crosses it. So now remember, this is where it's crossing it up or down. So that's a very important distinction. If it crosses it down, that means it's going to be price going from upwards to downwards. So that means this is the buy the dip. But of course, if it's crossing up, that means if price goes down first, I'm not going to get a notification. But if price comes back up, that's when the notification is. I would say, price crossing down. So I can say this is basically the, notification. So what I can do is numeral crossing down. I can click create. Okay, and then you can now see that alert is going to be there. My phone's going to probably be, setting an alarm, but you can see right here that there is a buy the dip icon right here, even if you can't see it. So you'll see a highlighted dotted line. You'll see buy the dip, and this is something that's right there. If you want to not use it, you can just, click X and you can delete this alert. But this is something that's really useful if you're busy, because I know I've missed tons of trades, and this is something that's really, really useful. Make sure you have the TradingView app downloaded, because this is going to notify you if price goes above or below a certain area. And trust me, as busy as we get, this is something that you might not want to miss. But also remember, put your phone on silent, because if you're in church, if you're in a meeting, or you're at work, you don't want your phone constantly going off, because we know that crypto is going absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this alert. Then I'm going to move this back right here, and that's going to be that area for now. You can also see that this is the upper bound of the area, and price action can move here or there. So another amazing feature of TradingView that you can do right here is that you can use TradingView to test whether or not your trades are going to work or not. So what I like to do is I like to click this repay button right here. This is the bar repay button. What this allows you to do is this allows you to actually look at price action and see whether or not your previous ideas and your previous trend lines are actually really well drawn. So if I click the bar replay, basically we go back in time and we look at how price would have evolved. So when you click the bar replay, you can now move your cursor around to an area where you think price action could potentially be. So for example, if I go back to here, what I can do is I can now look at price action as if this hasn't happened. So of course, what I want to do now is I can trade this as if I'm trading it for the first time. So if I drew my resistance line up here, we can say that if price action enters this white line, we're going to short. So I click the play button. So all I want to do is switch this to 1 times because you don't want it to go too fast. Click the play button. So now all we do is we wait for price action to go 15 minutes. And then when price action's here, we want to sell, short sell. So we short sold there. And now we just want to wait. We just want to wait. And then of course, as price action comes down here, we can see that, okay, price action is coming down. We just want to, exit the position. So all we want to do is click X right here. And then that closes the position. And you can see now we've made a sell here and a buy here. Now remember, this is virtual money, okay? This is not money that you actually have at all. This is a virtual simulation. So if you want to increase how much money you have, you can say, if for example, if you're going to trade with $100, what you can do is put, $100 here, and then we can click just click off it, and that'll be fine. And then now you can see that now we have $100 to trade with instead, and that's going to be our margin of safety. So if I click play again, we can now see where price action goes down to, and I can see that, okay, what would I do here? What would I do here? I have no idea. I'm just going to keep waiting for price action to go. Just going to keep waiting, and it's like, okay, price action hit our box here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click buy, and then of course I'm going to click go again. I'm just going to wait. We can see that we're lost. Okay, now price action. Okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait for price action to go back up to this area here. So now I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Action. Just going to carry on waiting. And then I'm just going to wait for price action to hit here. I'm going to click pause. And then I can now just click close position. That's a really, really easy thing to do. Now, why this is really, really useful is because this actually allows you to experience losing money and getting money without actually losing money yourself. Now, it's pretty easy for me to do this since I've already drawn this here. But of course, what you want to do first, if you're using the bar replay feature, go on an empty chart, don't draw any support lines, and then use the bar replay feature and then do your support line. So I'm going to show you guys this for random crypto. So let me just find a random crypto. I'm going to see if I can trade any random crypto. So let's go on AVAX, for example. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out here. I'm going to go on let me actually trade something that I usually trade. So for example, what I'm going to do, go bar replay. Let's say, for example, you're a beginner. You're thinking, okay, AVAX is my favorite coin. I click the replay and I want to go to here, okay? So let's say I want to go to here, and I'm going to say, okay, I have no idea how to trade this coin, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say I'm going to trade this with $1,000 because I've got loads of money, and I'm going to want to see how things go. So I'm going to wait for, price action to go, and I'm going to draw some levels. The first thing you want to do, if you're testing a strategy and you quickly want to analyze crypto, draw a level like here, draw a level probably like here. And then I'll say, for an example, if price action comes to here, I'll buy it, and if it comes down to here, and I'll buy. And if price action, comes to this level, I'll probably sell again. Okay, so those are the 3 ranges. So I'm going to click play. Let's just wait for price action to do what it does. You can see price action hits here. Could I buy? I could have bought, but price action moved way too quickly. So what I could do is I could slow this down. If it moves too quickly, you can slow this down, and then when price action is moving, it'll move a lot slower than it usually does. But of course, for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna click play, and then we're gonna see. Just pause it when you want to buy. So here, let's say I bought. Just to say theoretically, I wouldn't do this for real. But let's say I bought, or let's say okay, price action's going down. Let's click the short button. We can see, although I wouldn't even do this. Let's just see right here. Okay, we can see, oh, price actions went all the way down here. It crossed this line. Now I'm just going to hold this and I'm going to close this position. Now I'm going to say I'm going to switch my position. Now I'm going to buy here because this is way below our support line. So I'm going to click play again. I'm just going to wait. We can see right here, we're just waiting a bit. Price action, we're just waiting for price action to come back up. We're waiting. And we can see we're just waiting around. We can see price action right here. Maybe it's going to go lower. And we can see, okay, price action is now back up to this line. We could exit, we could sell. But I'm going to hold because I know that price action is going to come here because I think this is a double bottom. And now we can see the price action is moving around. You can see your profit right here. Once again, you can see price action went below. Then as we're waiting, we're just waiting. Price action is going up. It's just going sideways. If you want this to go faster, you can do 3 times. So we can see price action going up and up and up. And then we can say, okay, when price action is here, I'm then going to, click X on this and I'm going to sell that position. Now, of course, we can just wait. We can see, okay, price action. Let's just wait for it to hit a line. Okay, price action here. Let's sell again. Now, it's not this easy, guys, to sell and that. And you can see right here, this is my balance. So I'm going to try to make a bad trade. So right here, I'm going to buy because I know that price action might probably come down. So you can see right here, we can definitely lose a lot of money as price action comes back down, as it does. So you can see price action is going up, but I know that that kind of pattern eventually breaks down, yada, yada, yada. So you can see that you can actually lose money with this as well. And real life trading is much harder to do this because what will happen is sometimes your position will get closed. And that's the only thing that we don't have here is, an area where we can say that, okay, our position needs to get stopped out. But I do like this because it shows you how you can, click X. And that's, of course, your buy and your sell. And that's how much money you would have made if you traded with this much. Now, I would say if you are ever going to get into trading, don't forget to use this first. Test out whatever strategy you may be. If there's an indicator that you want, for example, EMA, the 21 EMA indicator, EMA wave indicator, click that, put it on your chart. And then let's say, for example, I'm going to test, I'm going to buy when it gets down to here. I'm going to sell when it gets down to here. This is what you want to use it for. If you just want to test support and resistance on your favorite crypto, this is how you use it. And this is how you analyze it risk-free as a beginner. Hopefully this 20-minute tutorial did help you guys out a lot. And if you want to get off these things on your screen, click the delete button here. And if you, for example, you want a different indicator, just type in 21 EMA. And let's say I put that on. And let's say I'm like, oh my God, this is just so confusing. I don't even know what's going on. Just scroll down to here. Just click the eye icon, click hide. It disappears. And if you want it completely gone, just click the remove button. If you want this line gone, click on the line, delete, click on the line, delete, click on the line, delete. And of course, right here, that is how you do that. If you want to exit the replay area and go back to reality, click exit bar replay, click yes. And right now, we're back to the price. So now what we can now do is we can now probably draw price action here. We can draw maybe a line here. And then we can say, okay, I'm going to short on this line and buy on this line. But remember, this is real life. It's much easier to do this in a simulation because you have nothing at stake. But when you have real money at stake, it's much harder because you often make mistakes. Just trust me, guys. But I wanted to make this quick tutorial to show you how you can quickly use TradingView to analyze things and how you can use it to up your crypto game. So with that being said, hopefully this tutorial helped you out. And if it did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.